some of these revenues, I wanted to talk about. I got to find my photos. Here's my camera stream here. Okay, I'm going to have to find the pictures here. Here we go. So, for this first one, I wanted to point out a couple things here. First off, you have taxes. For Knox County, the majority of our funding comes locally. So in this chapter that you've read this month, there's a lot of talk about taxes. In Missouri, every school sets a levy. Every county has an assessed valuation. Then the school gets paid off of that assessed valuation so much, depending on what your levy is. And that's what generates your local tax revenue. The levy has to be set by the board and approved in August before September 1st. And that provides all your local revenue as it pertains to real estate and property taxes. If you remember, I talked earlier about the sales tax. The sales tax is collected by the state, but is still considered a local revenue. This local revenue mostly goes to pay for teacher and certified salaries and benefits. The taxes that we just talked about, the current and the delinquent taxes, those are put into Fund 1, Fund 2, Fund 3, and Fund 4 based on which one your levy is set. So for example, at Knox County, most of our funding goes into Fund 1, but we do have 20 cents of the levy that goes into Fund 3. Fund 1, if you remember, deals with anything supplies, anything that's non-certified salaries and benefits. Fund 2 is certified salaries and benefits and tuition to other schools. Fund 3 is your debt service, and if you remember, Fund 4 is your capital projects. On the other one that I want to talk about, if we go to this one here, I want to just show you on here some other areas of funding that impact schools. So the first one is you have railroad and utilities, fines and forfeitures. Those fines and forfeitures, if someone gets fined by law enforcement, by the courts, or if someone gets a speeding tickets in the county, that's what those revenues are. Railroad and utilities, they get taxed as well, and so that becomes a county revenue. So all of these are county revenues. Then from the state, we get the basic formula money, which we just talked about. It's based on what your weighted ADA is. You get transportation money, early childhood special ed money, classroom trust fund, which also comes off of your basic formula money and is based on your prior year weighted ADA. So that impacts the weighted ADA, impacts classroom trust fund as well. Then under the federal revenue side, if you remember me telling you food, free and reduced lunch students, you get a lot more money if you can increase how many students are in free and reduced lunch. And that comes in as a federal fund, and that's where all your special ed and your title, all your federal programs funding come into as federal revenue. So that's just kind of a quick breakdown on revenues. And I know you have to write an article to the paper about the importance of free and reduced lunch program and how it benefits the school. I hope this gave you enough information to do that.